What's up, guys? Welcome back to the final installment of Acoustic Sessions for the year. Got my man Noel Brown here with me. How you doing, brother?
So far, so good for an old man.
Hey, take it as you can get it, right?
Yeah.
I've known you for a while now. We've kind of crossed paths in the music scene through the years. Actually, the first time I think I met you was 3-4 years ago, maybe. We was both doing a small show at Munchie's.
Yeah.
And that was before Cody Wickline got on TV and blew up, if you will, and you was playing with him a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that pretty well down there at Munchie's. And
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, turned out pretty good.
But even though I know a little bit about you, the whole idea of the show is to let these people at home get more familiar with Mr. Noel Brown. In case you guys haven't noticed, I'm doing things differently these last few weeks of the show. Typically, I'll have a guitar player on, singer that comes and plays. Last week we had a trumpet player on, which was kind of unique, and this week Noel Brown, he's a phenomenal singer. He just won't do it. No, he's
I always prefer being in the background.
He's a guitar picking man, and if you guys haven't heard him play, this will only scratch the surface on what this man can do. Check out some stuff on Facebook. He's a phenomenal guitar player, even better guy. So, but anyway. Now that I blew you up a little bit there for these fans, though, tell these guys at home and myself, what are some of the projects you got going on these days?
Well, we've had a couple of projects like in the works, but it actually seems like about the time you get something going that it just
fades away.
Fades away. Yeah. One of the most difficult things is actually finding a good bass player and somebody that can take care of that spot.
You always have that double standard. Sometimes you can find a good bass player or a good drummer, but they're not dependable. Mm-hmm. It's hard to find that medium. It really is.
Yeah, well, I'm fortunate as far as drummer goes. I've got a cousin that I've grew up playing with, and he's a great drummer, probably one of the best I've played with.
Good deal.
And of course, when you grow up together playing, it kind
of
it helps. Creates a chemistry there, you know. And we have a bass player that we love playing with named Robert Sizemore. You probably met or heard of him.
Yeah.
And but he lives in Summersville now, and so we're not sure how that's going to affect.
That really hurts whenever. It really hurts. I've been there and done that.
Yeah, and
it's like that long distance relationship with a girl. You guys go to different colleges. I mean, you try it out. Sometimes it'll work out. But it's hard when someone's over there and. Because people don't realize that they don't play music in a band, but a band is a very important relationship, and you have to, give a little bit, take a little bit. It's a lot like being married. It really is.
Yeah, well, we were fortunate with Rob. I mean, he's played with about everybody around here, but Randy and I met him at Foster's. It's like an open mic thing going on, and he was the bass player doing things for people that come up, and he could pretty much jump in with about anybody, whatever.
Oh yeah, the guy's amazing, and his harmonies are beautiful. It really is.
Yeah. So he started playing with us, and we've been through years and years and years of music together. Started out playing in a band with Matt Jones, a band called Backcountry. It was probably one of our first big projects, and that went pretty good for a while. And as bands do, after a time they'll fizzle out or something will happen, and
somebody's got to move for a job or whatever.
Yeah. So then that
so and so married a crazy chick, won't let him play with him no more. All kinds of dynamics of why it doesn't keep going. Yeah.
All kind of stuff behind the scenes there, but Matt's a great guy. He's a great singer. He's got a lot going on with him and stuff. And so I wish him luck with everything he's got going on. I think it's Matt Jones in the Road now is what they go out playing. But since then, played with a few other bands. A couple of guys out of Charleston. James McNerlin, he goes by Rooster. He passed away not too long ago, and he had a guy named J.B. Hale that was a great drummer, and they were tight friends, kind of like me and Randy are as far as drummer, and of course Rooster was a bass player, but they played together for a long time, so they had that good chemistry going on. And then so I played some with them, and Josh Pollard, hey Josh.
Hi, Josh. Better be watching.
He was the guy we had trying to work in as a singer, so that actually worked pretty good for a while.
And then once again, like I mentioned there a minute ago, sometimes jobs come up and you got to take care of your family. So he moved to what, South Carolina?
Yeah, he moved to South Carolina, and then of course Rooster and actually JB both passed away, and so we have a lot of good memories of what we did with them at the time. It was pretty fun.
Wheel Horse, right?
Well, that was actually before Wheel Horse.
Before Wheel Horse, okay.
Yeah, but then Wheel Horse was kind of started. We had my cousin Randy back on drums, and Robert Sizemore on bass, and Josh Pollard singing, and myself.
You know, funny thing about Rob, now that you mentioned him again, I formerly met you when you were playing for Cody Wickline.
Mm-hmm.
I formerly met Rob when he was playing for Cody Wickline. It's crazy how all that ties in there, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. One thing about being a musician, you get to meet other musicians in different circles, and
I love it for the simple fact of, it's one of the few hobbies, if you will, that brings people together that would normally not ever be together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this person has its own religious beliefs or political beliefs, and normally I wouldn't be over there hanging out with them. But with music, it's a universal language. It really is.
Yeah, and I've met many musicians over the years, some great ones, and always try to learn little things here and there from them as you go along. Not just on guitar, but like as far as band and keeping things together in the band, and different styles of music, what works, what don't.
Right.
That kind of thing. So, but then, like you say, Josh moved to South Carolina, and there's a little thing that happened in between there, which I think you mentioned you might ask about, because that kind of what brought that all to a halt was my health.
Yeah, that's actually one of the questions I was going to ask you. You had some health problems. Go ahead, if you want to, go ahead and share these guys kind of a little bit what happened there, and how you as an individual fought that adversity to get back to where you are now.
Yeah, it was most definitely, without question, the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, and totally blindsided by it. It's just something that hits you when you're least expecting it. And, we had a lot of things going on. I worked at UPS, which is pretty demanding in itself as far as hours and time away from home, and hard work involved with the job. On top of that, you're trying to keep a band together and keep the band booked and playing on weekends, so you work all week at UPS, rush in the door, and take a shower real fast and back out on the road trying to get to the gig on time on Fridays. And I think that and trying to keep the band together, trying to keep all the equipment, and provide the trailer to pull all the equipment and make sure all that's together, and got everything you need, and get everybody on the phone, make sure everybody's there, and talking to the club owners, and trying to keep the circulation going. And right about the time that I got hit with the health issues, we were just coming out of a spell where we were pretty much booked solid every weekend for actually about a year. And it was right at the end of the year, close to New Year's, I guess, or around New Year's. And we went to a show and played, and not long after that, after the New Year's thing, we had another little gig in I think it was Marmette, and the guys that night were telling me that I didn't seem right, like I was
Something was
off
off.
kilter, yeah,
Yeah.
you know. And man, I had some issues going on with my family and stuff on top of everything else, and it was turned out to be a dark time, man. I was at my mom's actually when that stuff actually hit me hard, and I was downstairs in the bedroom down there. My sister came down to talk to me, and she said I was laid back on the bed, and my knees were, feet were in the floor, my knees were just kind of hanging over the bed, and she said she was trying to talk to me, and I wasn't responding, and so they managed to get me up and down the hallway. Mom got me in the Jeep, took me to the hospital, and that's when it all began.
I know, B, as a friend, I can imagine what it was like for your loved ones that's really close to you, but you scared the hell out of us. I'm tickled to death to see you back with a guitar in your hands doing what you love, man.
Oh yeah.
It is overwhelming, though, like you said, you know, trying to do all this and do all that. It's hard because you want to be Superman, but actually keeping up with everything for so long, it's very tedious, and it wears you out. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, I had the job and with UPS and trying to take care of our family and our bills and all this kind of thing. Then my cousin Randy kind of sort of depended on the music for
Extra income.
Some income.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm still there to this day.
Yeah, so I had a little bit of pressure trying to keep busy and keep booked and
see, that's a whole nother demon, if you will, right there, because, you know, most musicians play because they enjoy playing. I mean, yeah, they're not going to go play Saturday night for 4 hours for $20, but for the most part, it is for the love of music. But when you throw in the dynamic of having to have that extra income, which I was there for a long time, and I got to where I had to walk away for the simple fact I wasn't having fun anymore. I was making it too much of a job, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of zaps your enthusiasm.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, in the hospital, they ran some tests on me and stuff, and I found out that I had a flurry of mini strokes, and also had a septic blood infection that was attacking my knee joints. It kind of looks like I've had knee replacement surgery.
See, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I didn't have replacement. They just had to clean the infection out of my knee joints because it was attacking my knee joints, and still having a lot of trouble.
You think that might have had a little something to do with the strenuous style of the UPS, up and down all day long, and
I guarantee it probably.
Walking and all this and that. It was a good friend of mine. He works at UPS, and you know, just some of the stuff that we give him to ship out at work. I'm like, man, I feel bad for this guy. But it's not just us. You know, he's got these other places he's got to stop and get his load, drop loads off. And I can imagine how strenuous it is on your body.
Yeah, I mean, UPS is a good company. They do all kinds of things that go on behind the scenes that people don't have a clue.
Oh, this guy, I'm sure you're aware of it, but this guy, he gets more time off than anybody I've ever seen in my life. But, you know, that's good that UPS does that. You know, they seem like they take care of their employees.
Yeah.
If you do what you're supposed to do, it seems like they'll do their part to take care of you.
Yeah.
And no, this isn't an endorsement for UPS. We're just talking here.
Yeah, but like I said, I think it's just a combination of everything piled up that kind of ultimately got me down. I was in the hospital for about 2.5 months total, and a majority of that was after the surgeries and stuff. It was spent in rehab and just trying to get back to get to more or less learning how to walk again and get around. And I was fortunate that I was able to keep my hands moving because I kept my guitar pretty much in the bed with me while I was in there. And
that's cool, man.
So that was sort of its own little therapy there, you know.
Yeah. Keep your mind off things and just noodle around a little bit.
And I have to say, without question, my wife is my hero through all this because she supported me at a time when I probably didn't deserve the support, you know. There's just a lot of things came in to play there, but she stood by me and motivated me and pushed me to keep trying. And when I got out of the hospital, I was actually in a wheelchair for quite a while. And she likes to tell this story. I come in after a day of therapy and sit down in the chair, and I told her, man, I just don't think I'm going to get any better than this. This is probably about as good as it's going to get, you know. And she said, well, we're going to take that wheelchair and put it down in the garage now.
You just hang out right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it's what they call tough love, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But she kept me on my feet, and she said, I'll walk with you, help you here and there, you know, and if you need something, I'll go with you to get it. And I got to where I wasn't relying on the chair as much and trying to actually get around more, not just at therapy, but also at home.
Right.
And I got to say, man, it worked good. I still have little issues, stumbling and whatnot. I got to watch my step. I usually carry a walking stick with me where I go, and but my knees are probably my worst problem right now. I seem to have recovered from the strokes. The doctor said it's actually came close to dying, which
Wow.
was kind of pretty wild to hear that, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
And but to come back from that and be able to talk and let alone walk, he said most people don't live through what I.
You ain't done yet, bro.
Yeah, God's
Got some more works
God's
for you,
got something
man.
else for me going on out there.
That's amazing, brother. And a testament to your wife. I talked about it earlier on the show. A musician's wife in general has to be tough because they got to put up with a lot of crap from us.
Oh yeah.
Honey, I know I've been working all week, but Friday I got a show at 9 o'clock. But I'm sorry, I got to go to work. That aside, it takes a real strong woman to help a man when he's down. Because I don't know if you're like me, but if I'm down, I'm down. I'm like, I give up. This is what I got, and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
And my wife's had to pick me. Actually, that's what got me back into playing music there 5-6 years ago. I was done playing. I was done with all the political bull crap of it. I was done. And she's like, no, go do it. Go do it. Go do it.
Yeah.
And eventually I got to think, okay, I'll do it. But that's great that she was very adamant on helping you get back to your best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and she said that one of her prayers was that God didn't let me lose my ability to play music because she knew how much I loved it. And she's always been supportive of my music, which is rare to find.
It is. It really is.
So I'm thankful for that. You know, my mom and my sisters and my dad, they've all supported me and tried to help me, I guess, over the years, and did what they could to help too. But you know, my wife is definitely my hero, the wind beneath my wings, so to speak. And
Did you ever know that you're my hero?
Great song.
Great song.
I think Gary Morris did it years ago, and I loved his version.
Tell you a story about that song I thought was kind of funny. It's been 3 or 4 years ago, but they was doing some kind of photography crew was coming through town doing family photos, and my wife got some kind of coupon to go get 8x10 made of the family or something, and we go up there and we're talking to the photographer guy, and we're talking to the editor guy, which actually he owns the business, and we was talking, and I was brought up that I play music because, like I said earlier, you know, music is if you find another musician, I mean, even if you don't play the same music, you can just sit and talk forever. It's a good conversation starter. But anyway, I got to talk to him and asked him what his favorite song of all time was, and he told me that was his favorite song. I hadn't played it before, but we were supposed to come back like a week later and get our pictures. I learned that song, brought it back in there with me, and brought my guitar when I picked the pictures up, and I played it for him, and he teared up on me. He's like, man, that's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that. And as a musician, you can't hardly get a better compliment than, you know, if you're playing something for someone and, you know, either they're singing with you or, I mean, even if it's your own stuff, that's a whole other ball game altogether. But if you could touch someone from playing a song, which that's what started for me, playing music. I was 14 or 15 years old, didn't have a lot of friends, definitely didn't have a lot of girlfriends. I was like, well, I'm going to learn how to play guitar, and then maybe I'll get some friends and stuff. And it actually helped me get away from my social shyness. Now there's probably not many people around here not as full of shit as I am. You know what I'm saying? It helped me open up to who I'm supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's great that you're moving around, brother. We are, for sure I can speak on behalf of a lot of people around these parts, but we're very grateful to still have Mr. Noel Brown bebopping around, noodling around on his guitar, man. You scared us pretty good, but I'm glad to see you.
Yeah.
You getting back to where you was at, man.
Yeah, made a lot of good friends over the years. I know a lot of them would, ask about me from time to time or whatever, and it always helps to know somebody's out there thinking about you and wishing you well, And,
It does.
A huge percentage of recovery is mental.
It is.
Like
it really is.
psychological. I mean, you gotta want to get better, and I've seen a case where somebody more or less just gave up and had no desire to get better, and if you don't use it, you lose it, and that's true. And I've seen it happen, so I just made up my mind I don't want to get to that point. So just kept trying, and my wife kept pushing and got me where I'm at. So I had to retire from UPS a little earlier than I had planned because of the health issues and stuff, but I was fortunate that all that worked out. I had just enough time in, a little over 30 years with them, to be able to get to retirement, so it all worked out.
Good deal, man.
El Mariachi, Mexican restaurant and cantina on Airport Road in Beaver. Open 7 days a week, offering a mouth-watering array of delicious Mexican cuisine. Stop by and see Jay and Jose, and you'll see for yourself why El Mariachi was voted the best Mexican restaurant in southern West Virginia. El Mariachi will spice up your day.
Mama told me when I was young, sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, then it'll help you some sunny day. Oh yeah. Oh, take your time, don't live too fast. Troubles will come, but they will pass. You'll find a woman, you'll find love, and don't forget, son, that there is someone above. And be a simple kind of man, be something you don't understand. Forget your lust, the rich man's gold. All that you need now is in your soul. And you can do this, yeah, if you try. Oh, that for me, son, if you can. Oh, don't you worry, you'll find yourself. Follow your heart and nothing else. But you can do this if you try. All that I want for you, my son, is to be satisfied. If you can. Yes, sir. Good job, my man.
All right, man.
Tell you what, brother, I had a blast. Did you have a good time?
Yeah. Good
Little hot out here right in the middle of the summer.
You gotta get in the hang with you here a little bit.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'll do it again sometime. Hopefully, next time we can drag a couple people along with us and make it a nice little jam session.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, of course. But yeah, man, keep doing what you're doing. Guys at home, keep an eye out for second helping because they come.
Here and there, we'll pop up.
And Bulletproof, right?
Yep.
Bulletproof. Check those guys out. JC Square, of course, you know my stuff about there. Ramble already told you about it. It's been a fun season. We've had a blast. Had a lot of great talent on this year. Hopefully next year we can have even more. But that pretty much covers it. For Noel Brown, I'm John Covey Cole. Until next season, guys, keep on digging. Come on, man. You don't know me, but let me get out of here. You know, you know he's about to get his ass whooped. He better get out of there.
Yeah.
No, I don't want a cheeseburger. I want 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah. Mom said, did you write that for me?
That's a great song. That's great.
The licks are cool sounding. Mom said, playing song after song after song.
Right.
Wow. Appreciate you having me.
Bye.